back. We're just going to do another, I like to call them whiteboard topics, because when I think about them, I put them on the whiteboard, and then that's how I remember them. So, and even when I save them in the computer, I save them on the whiteboard topics. So that's how I remember.
Whiteboard topics, okay.
Yeah.
So they just random topics.
Just random topics, whatever you want to talk about. We have a discussion. We just talk about the topic.
Yeah.
And then we go from there.
Okay. What's your first topic?
Oh, the first one. So, recently I've been watching a few videos. Hoarders, Cheapskates, and scamming. Not always all the way catfish, but it's called scam fish. So is they talking about it's not a dating catfish. It's like trying to get your grandma's money.
Oh,
that type of scamming,
like over the internet, you talking back and forth, but you just trying to get their money out of it.
Yeah, and like they know what to say. For all right, so let's say the group that's scamming the older people. So let's say older people. I didn't know they have a network. They have a school in different countries where they teach you how to scam people in America.
What? A school?
They have a list. Like, this person responds back to messages. Like, they have a list. Like, try these people first.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They have a list. Like, if somebody dies, like this is a new widow. Try this person.
Damn. How they getting this information? See, they sell our information.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and they sell our information.
And so I'm gonna talk about the scam fish thing. So one thing I noticed, they always slide into people's DM.
Like on Instagram or Facebook or
yes,
something?
They always say Instagram, TikTok, and they slide it to the DM and they be like, "You're so beautiful," or "You're so handsome." Now, mind you, this person's 60-something years old. The person who's sliding in the DM is fit below 30. But the older people, they be in love, man.
And you wonder how they keep falling for it when yeah.
Well, it's a few things. So one lady said she was lonely, so she wanted some companionship because she was married to her husband for like 30 years, and she was lonely.
He passed away.
So she wasn't broke too. So to her, it was just like that's what she doing it to occupy her time, and
he showed her attention.
Yeah, and then they know exactly what to say, the right things, and always within a month, the scammer tells them that they love them.
Within a month.
A month. I love you, and within 8 months, they want to be married. 4 years, they haven't seen him yet.
They in a relationship.
Yeah.
For 4.
Yeah.
Wow. I gotta look this stuff up.
Yeah, I mean,
it got you captivated.
Man, I watch episode after episode after episode, and then another one. They always in like a this is crazy. They always in like a let's say a secret group. So I can't really tell you where I'm located. They don't allow that here. Oh, I was on my way to come see you. I got locked up. And here's the picture of me in jail with the handcuffs looking at the game. I'm like, man. And then people, they be on it and they just be spending all their money, man. So I wanted to talk about it because another common thing, they never tell like family members or friends.
Mm-hmm.
So it got me thinking like, damn, what if we have family members and friends that are being catfished and scammed?
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I want to talk about. So do you think it's possible?
Yeah, of course.
You think so? So do you think somebody that we love and somebody's close that we know could
I hope
be a
not.
victim? Yeah, I hope not either. But it's a possibility because those people didn't think that their grandmother and their aunts and mothers was getting caught.
Yeah. I mean, I hope not, but what can you do especially if they're not going to tell you about it, and then if they happy with it.
So you'll let them go. So what if you found out that your somebody you love, let's say your aunt, was being scammed? Would you try to help them, or you just let them be?
Like, help. I would talk to them and get a feel of where they at. Like, don't you think this is fake, or don't you think just to get a
think it's fake? Don't you think
Like, don't you
been
think
in a
this
4
is
year marriage?
suspicious? Just to get a feel. And some people be getting defensive about stuff
Yeah, I know.
and don't want you to be in their business.
So that's
and
why
so
they don't tell you.
And that's why you get the temperature. Like, okay, I'm gonna back off.
God,
It's her money.
Yeah, it is her money. Yes, it is. It is. Yes, it is.
It's her money. And as long as she could still afford to live where she living at and feed herself and clothe herself and take care of herself and take care of that dude.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Okay.
She not asking me for no money. She don't need nowhere to stay. She not asking me for food.
Yeah. But I will say this. If you decide to do that, I don't want to hear that.
You don't want to hear what?
I don't want to hear about your boyfriend overseas. I don't want to hear nothing about none of that.
Oh, right. Okay.
Keep that to yourself. Because
Right.
if I can't get in there and say something, don't say nothing to me.
Well, then maybe these are the reasons why people don't tell their family members.
Yeah, and then they be in it for years, and they still believe. And the major thing is, like, they can be in a 4-year relationship, never saw the person, never talked to them on the phone, only video chat and pictures sometimes, and they still believe, without a doubt, that this is my person. Now, another thing, too, I found out. So let's say the people come to give them information to say this person is fake, right?
Okay.
Sometimes they still don't want to let them go because they have been a friend to them for 4 years.
And what's wrong with that?
And you got to stay with somebody else because you gave so-and-so all your money?
No. That's what I'm saying. That's where the line draws at. That's where you cut the line.
So
That's where it stops. Like, yo, you didn't gave him all your money. Now you're here with me, and and whatever little bit of money you do have or you maintain, and you still sending no.
Yeah, so
No.
so you would say you got to talk to the person about that, or you just got to really let them be? So you would let them be?
I would let them be. I mean, if it's not affecting my life or me, no, I'm letting them be.
Even if you love that person?
Even if you love them.
Damn.
What can you do?
Yeah, so I guess the other people are in that same situation. Like, what can you do?
Yeah, what can you do?
But you can't ask me for no money.
As long as it's not affecting me.
You can't ask for no
As
money.
long as it's not affecting me.
Yeah, okay.
Then have at it. But no, you can't ask for no money. You can't live here. I'm not going to feed you. No, these are the consequences of your actions.
Yeah, since you want to go
Because
there.
you could take that food, that money, and get your food. I feel sorry for them because
I know
they
got
want.
me too. And you see me over there. You can see me over there. I'm watching it.
I
I'm
watched
like,
half of
what
one
the-
with you. I watched half of one with you with the lady, and
They got me too.
she was sad at the end. Like, she really liked the guy.
I know.
And I mean, what is it? No harm, no foul. Like, he getting her money, and she was getting something in return.
Nothing. She
She
never
was-
saw him.
She was in love with that man.
Ain't no love worth $50,000 a year.
Yeah, what to her it was.
You know, I'm gonna take it back. I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
right.
it was
I
to
don't
her.
know either.
Yeah, maybe it
I
was
feel
to her.
felt bad for the lady. She wanted a companion, and you wish good people could find companionship all the time. No, I do.
Yeah, I do. I definitely feel bad for him in that situation.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
But now, sometimes they'll go broke because the person took all their money, and now they be asking the family for money. And the family like, yeah, well, where's your money at? That makes me think it got to be somebody we know that's getting scammed or catfish because they be broke too.
And you wondering why?
I'm like,
You're like, where all
you
their
never
money at?
know. So now I'm thinking like you never really know.
You don't. You don't. You just hope that it ain't happening to your family, and then you hope that if it is happening to your family, you don't get mixed up in it.
Man.
That's all I know. That's all I hope.
Yeah.
When you were saying it to me, I was like, I just want to stay out of it. Just leave me out of it.
Just stay out there.
Like, go ahead, find
go
your
do your
happiness,
thing.
but just leave me out of it.
Yeah, I know. And don't ask me for the money. And don't bring.
That's
bring
leaving
them
me
up.
out. That's leaving me out.
Yeah.
Leave me
Yeah,
out of
and
it.
don't bring. I don't want to hear about Bobby. None
Leave
of that.
me out of it.
Okay.
All the way. I don't
All
want
right,
to hear
I'm
about
with
it. I don't want to know about it.
I mean, we on the same thing.
God bless you. Please come over for the cookout. That's it.
Now, me and you used to watch the Hoarders all the time.
Hold on.
Go on.
Is that a like a series, like a show?
Yeah.
And is it not?
It's like Scam Fish.
It hasn't turned into like let's just do this for the content of it. Because, sometimes it does get ridiculous where it's like, oh, everybody eating this up. And so, they get the most ridiculous of ridiculous stories for more views or for more watches, even if it's on TV.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know how they would do it. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't put it past anybody. But anything's a possibility.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to think, what is it? Wife Swap was real in the beginning.
Right, until it got to a point where it's like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Getting to y'all doing too much now.
It's totally the opposite. Yeah.
And at first it was believable. At first it was very believable, and it was like, oh, okay, it was real. But
now, do you think shows start out with the good intentions, but you got to keep up the ratings, so then you just stage it?
Yeah, heck yeah. Like, well, I can't say that about Housewives or anything. Yeah, I think they start out with good intentions. They start out with true stories, and then, but like 600-pound, my 600-pound life, you can't fake that though, right? Because you're finding these bigger people. Now, you may fake that they want to lose weight, but they are big people. They are frying chicken in their bedrooms. You know what I'm saying? They are doing crazy stuff like that. So
some things you can't fake them.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. That's like my
So how can you fake a Hoarders?
That's what I was about to say. I don't know if you could fake a Hoarders. Cause it takes time to accumulate all that stuff. It takes time to accumulate.
It wouldn't even be worth the trouble to shoot it, to fill his house for trash.
With trash and try to remove the trash, like make it a show, like.
Unless you're going to do the before, boom, then put the trash in. That's the before.
I don't know. Cause if you just placing trash down, the way they be cleaning and having to clean and throw stuff away, it's no way that you staging that dirt.
Yeah, and I didn't know when me and you first started watching it years ago. I didn't know it was a mental thing.
Right. You don't think about that.
No,
different.
at first I thought it was. Why you crazy? You got this stuff all messy, but I didn't know it was a mental thing.
Yeah, you don't think about that when you think about hoarding. You just think throw the shit away, But that's the interesting part of it. Still, sometimes when you think like, oh, they had this problem or this issue. For me, I think, okay, time to get over it. Like, you're living crazy now. Like, you have to do something else with this problem. But it's easier said than done.
Yeah, see, that's what I think all the time. And, of course, on the outside looking at it, I really think, hey, just get it together and just, talk to the person like this. But what if it's really something deeper than that we really can't help?
Yeah, you just can't help.
Yeah.
I think everybody hoards something. Hoards something of some kind,
Yeah, and there's different levels, just like different levels of everything.
Yeah.
Different levels of hoarding.
Yeah.
Some people can maintain it. Some people like, all right, well, I got too many. I can't walk in this space. I got to let something go.
Yeah.
Some people just like, I ain't got enough.
Right. I need way more.
What's the definition of a vice?
Oh.
Let me Google that, y'all.
Google that.
So vice can be it said habitual, so like something it has something to do with a habit too.
Yeah, it seems like.
So like the only vice that I know of, I'm pretty sure it's other vice like drugs, alcohol, sex, eating, stuff like that. So yeah, that's a vice that I know. I'm pretty sure it's other ones. But all right, so let me ask you this: would you trust a person who doesn't have a vice or say they don't have a vice?
Maybe, yeah, because maybe they don't want to tell me their vice, or maybe you know what I'm saying. Maybe they don't even know what their vice is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm talking about in a situation where you have to trust them.
Yeah, because maybe they don't even know what their vice is.
I ain't trusting that person.
Like when you go in to trust somebody, you don't say, "Before I trust you, what's your vice?"
No,
you get to know them. You say, "Oh, okay."
Getting them know them, if you just I found out you don't have a vice. Nah.
Oh, you don't know nobody without a vice.
Nah, I don't.
Exactly. So,
I don't.
So maybe they just don't know what their vice is, but you can see their vice.
I ain't trusting you then.
But do you understand what?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But if you are the person who don't know your vice or don't think you have a vice, I'm not trusting you.
Okay, why? Tell me why.
Because that's to me is just not a genuine thing. Like everybody has a vice. Like it's some type of humidity and
Humility.
Say it again.
Humility.
I said
Yeah,
humility
Uh-huh.
and humbleness to it. Versus a person, I don't have no vice. I'm perfect.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Like, no.
I'm not trusting you. No.
Okay.
So that's how I feel about a vice. And
but what if they are a person who don't drink, don't do drugs, and don't, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so what do you do, sir? You do something.
Right. So what's another vice?
Porno.
Okay. So they're supposed to say, well,
Tom.
I look at a lot of porn.
No, but I'm just saying for a person who say I don't have a vice, I'm not trusting you.
About Cheapskates.
Cheapskates. So that's another one of the shows that I watched too, the Cheapskates.
You think that's a vice? Being a cheapskate?
No. Now, as I watch the show, I think that it's more of like the Hoarders when it's a mental thing. Because as they tell a story, just like the Hoarders, as they tell a story, something happens when they change. Because they always wasn't like that.
Oh, okay.
So I learned from the Cheapskates, they get to that point where something happens too. So let's say the house burns down, they lose everything.
Mm-hmm.
So now they want to attach on to every penny.
Right. So it's a form of hoarding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a money hoarder,
mm-hmm.
basically.
Yeah, and that's one of them things I think that sometimes I think it's staged.
Oh, really?
Because I'm like,
It's
man,
too
do
extreme.
people really live like that?
It's too extreme sometimes. Then now you've been watching it for a long time. Did it start off regular? Like, did it start off where people was like, oh, okay, and then now it's like, come on.
No, I don't. See, I don't know if those people really live like that. Like one lady digs in the garbage. Okay, all right. So I believe the lady digs in the garbage, but I don't believe she has friends over on the regular for her to serve them food like they do on the show. So I think that part was staged, but I really think she was a dumpster diver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think certain parts of it, and even it's entertainment, so you got to make it entertaining.
Yeah.
So you got to make it the best version of it. So yeah,
Right.
I believe that. But I believe people cheapskates.
And then what draws you to that show? Like, what makes you watch it?
Well, all of the shows, I just can't believe it.
Oh.
That's what it all boils down to. Every single show, I've been sitting there thinking like, I can't believe it, and I still surprised. If a new one come on right now, I would watch it. I don't. They got me. They got me, man. They got me.
Yeah.
And I'll be into it, man. Like, all right. So let me give you one that I remember about the Cheapskates. One, you can tell me if it's staged or not. So one lady it's a black couple. They're younger than us. They got one light bulb. So if we in here, put the light bulb in.
Get the hell out of here.
If you go to the bathroom,
take the light bulb with you.
Put it in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. The shower is on timer. So you can't be in the shower all them long johns. They cut the water off. One Joan, the dude, he stayed with his brother and his mother. He rations off the squares of toilet paper, so they get like 10 squares per day. Hey, man. And one lady washes the car when it rains. She would put
detergent.
Yeah. You seen that?
No, I just.
Yeah, so she'd do that.
I did that one time.
And wash the car. Yeah. So, but the funny thing about it is, they be having money.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, come on, you living like that. You better have some money saved up.
Yeah. But one thing they taught me is to have a balance between living life and having money. Because if you save all the money you've had in the world, but you never did anything, it's like you ain't really living life.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to have a fine balance. You got to have money to help with the lifestyle you want.
But you can't be excessive.
Yeah. So that's one thing it taught me. You just have a good balance, because those people who have all that money and extreme cheapskates, their families sometimes hates them. They're miserable. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So
I haven't watched those shows in a long time. I think I got tired of Hoarders because I always want to see it clean at the end. And, you know, some of those people will not allow them to clean. And so I got frustrated with watching it because I want to see a clean product at the end. And sometimes you just don't get that. Cheapskates, to me, I felt was just too over the top. Like,
So
one lady was saving some water, like a dish water, to go and do something else with the water and now it's like, this is too much, yo.
You think it's people could really do that?
What, cheapskates?
Like you say, use the same bath water and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I know some real cheapskates out here. Yeah, for sure.
You ever met one?
I was raised by one. My father is a cheapskate.
Not like that. Not like that. Your father was shaking the kids down for quarters. Your father ain't like that.
No. He not extreme. He definitely not extreme. He did some extreme stuff though that I seen, and I'm like, what are you doing, dude? But no, not to live his life like they do. Hoarders is just too. Cheapskates is just too much.
So how do you manage stress?
How do I manage my stress? I manage my stress by usually coming and venting to you, crying, worrying, praying, because I go through stages, like stages of grief. I go through stages.
Okay.
Yeah, just stuff like that. That's how I manage, like the real stressful stuff. Now, I've gotten to the point now where I'm kind of like, I'm going to just woo side out, kind of chill after I've talked to you, of course, and kind of just throw it up in the air and pray for the best.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. Like, it'll always work itself out.
Yeah, it always does work itself out.
Right.
So, but like me and you always joke about, let's say I'm going through it and you tell me it'll work out. I don't want to hear that shit. Not at the moment. No. I know it's going to work out.
Right.
But at the moment, I don't want to hear that shit.
Right.
You will come to me and say the same thing.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear that shit.
I don't want to hear none of that.
You don't want to hear none of what I'm talking about.
You always got some sound advice. Nobody want to hear no sound advice right now.
Yeah, nobody want to hear all that.
Just agree with me. Say she just say she an asshole. Or say they was wrong in the situation and be on my side for it.
Okay. Well, I think Morgan Freeman or Danny Glover, one of them, they asked him how do he deal with stress. He said money.
Hallelujah.
He said majority of your problems, or not even majority, a lot of your problems will come from the lack of money.
A
lot of your stress will come from the lack of money. So if you handle that part, you can cut down a little bit of stress. So I always think about that.
Well, I saw one thing where the husband, the wife would come to the husband and he would say, okay, what do you want? You want an answer or solution? Or you just want a vent and like a hug and it's going to be okay, a pet? And she would tell them which one she wanted.
Okay.
So
all right, that's cool. That's a cool idea.
Right, so.
You want to try that?
Please.
Do this one come with any options? This don't come with none of the options. No jack up. No.
Get your shit together.
Get your shit together. That's all.
Maybe that could be one of the options. Sometimes I need that. Sometimes I need that for sure.
All right, so that's gonna be on the option. So next time I'm gonna come to you, what you want?
Which one you want? I'm gonna be like, boo. Which one you want?
Yeah.
Number 1, number 2, or number 3.
So
So how do you manage your stress?
I don't really be getting stressed like that. I talked to you about it, but most of the time it's just realizing that it can be worse.
Yeah.
It ain't as bad. And then once I get to that point, I'm like, all right, well, let me
just leave it alone.
It is what it is. And I've realized too, like, it's a certain feeling that you get when you get stressed, right?
Yeah.
But I always think, like, I had this feeling before. And it worked out.
Yeah.
So chill out.
Yeah.
So that's what I would think to myself. Every time I'm like, man, I had this feeling before, and I'm tripping.
Yeah. Yeah, I usually toss it, give it to you, then I toss it around and let it drive me crazy, and I'm like, okay. And it 15, 20 hour, and then let it drive me crazy. I'm tired of this. Let me move on.
Yeah. But it does help that to talk to somebody about it. I will say that to relieve that.
Yeah.
And I am appreciative that I do have somebody to relieve it, because I do think about how many people, let's say you live by yourself and you're stressed out. You don't have anybody to talk to.
Right.
Or to relieve that pressure.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you can also journal, too. Journal does help. Writing it down, getting it out your...
You got to get it out.
You got to get it out. Because it just stay in your head and just jumble up. So, you know what I'm saying? You can also write it down. That also helps.
Yeah, you definitely got to. You right about that.
Yeah. Writing it down helps you clear your mind.
Shoot, now with the technology, I seen something, too. The lady made a video journal.
Oh, okay.
Or an audio journal.
Oh,
same
cool.
thing.
Yeah, that's
getting
for
it
sure.
out.
Do you feel like you're handling your stress now better than you did when you were younger?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Because we've seen it so many times. So it's like, I'm not stressing out about the same thing.
Yeah.
I done seen it 15 times. No.
Yeah.
I'm not crying about the same thing. You get my tears one time.
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
Well, I cry at commercials, so that don't count for me. But
you cry for commercials? What commercial?
Oh man, there be some good little sad little commercials. But
all right, okay. All right.
But you know, like I don't know. I don't mind not even being emotional, but
hell no. We gotta let that out.
Yeah, you gotta let it out. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it be like, don't get the tears mixed up with certain things. Like sometimes it be frustration, or you know what I'm saying. So just don't get it twisted. Like
Now, I'm with you with the tears. Like everything don't deserve the tears.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, man, I'm definitely not stressing over this. I'm not crying over this.
Yeah.
It's not worth me.
Right.
Any of that.
Right.
So yeah, I'm with you on that. Most of the stuff I realize it ain't worth it.
No. That's true. Yeah. I do sometimes wish that, like when I was younger, but I you know, you hadn't been through so many things when you was young, but I wish I didn't stress as much as I did when I was younger.
Hey, but
you got to go through it.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. You had to go through it then to know how to handle it a little bit now.
Right.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, for sure.